Hello and welcome. Welcome. Last week we talked about breaking bad habits, and I touched on the fact that sometimes that this can be especially hard because instead of trying to work on the bad habit, what we actually need to work on is our identity and our beliefs. Today we're going to see if your identity or your beliefs could be the thing that's holding you back. We will talk about self awareness and a few practices that can get you headed on the right path. I think that this is something that is sometimes overlooked and might be relevant if you're a person who has been overweight most of your life or for a very long time. But that is later in the ritual, of course. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here today. As we settle in, tell us who you are. What's your identity? So for me, I'll go first. I'm Deanna. I'm a dedicated wife and I'm a loving dog mom and cat mom. Cat just walked in the door, by the way. I find great joy in traveling and exploring the outdoors, hiking. I also have an interest in organizing things, cleaning, and crafting. In my professional life, I hold a regular job that keeps me busy. But outside of that, I have a hobby that I'm passionate about, and that is this Saturday morning ritual. So, here on YouTube, as a person, I would describe myself mainly as introverted, though I do have my moments of being extroverted, but I'm also sometimes emotional and also a lot of fun. So, welcome to the Saturday morning ritual. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Here we go. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Hold on. Of course, I have challenges every single time. 1 second. Every single time you would think I would get better at this, but never do. I think I'm ready to go. Hello, Misty. Hello, Marcy. Hello, Caitlin. Hello, Lori. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, now we can go. Mm. Okay, now we go. I'm having fun. Wicked, wicked. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh. I'm just not with it today. My dog, by the way, Loki, he on earlier in the week, he was running in the backyard and he hurt his other leg. So a few years back, he was running and tore his CCL. It's like the ACL in people. And um, he may have done that this time. We haven't taken him to the vet yet. He's resting. We're just letting him stay off of it for a few days. But because of that, I have not been up here in this room since Tuesday. And I left it in a complete disarray. I had to move my office. So my office here, where I'm filming from, is on the second story of the house. And in order to avoid any stairs, I moved my office down to the main level. So I had to take all of my work stuff, all of my monitors, all of my stuff, and move them downstairs. And I'm working at the kitchen table. And this is the first time that I've come upstairs just so I could have a little bit of privacy for our nice little Saturday morning ritual this morning. Loki is on the bed behind me there, resting. He made it up the stairs just fine. He doesn't like going down the stairs very much, but he's doing well. Don't worry, he's going to be okay. But it did have me a little bit discombobulated, and also his stomach is upset this morning because he hasn't been walking as much, I guess, maybe. So yeah, if I can just hear it gurgling like behind me the whole entire time. It's just like blah, 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 making all those like stomach noises, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, so who are you? Who are you? We've got Misty. She's a helper and a fitness fanatic. Anybody else? So as we settled in, I said, let me know who you are and tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your identity? Who are you as a person? Downhill or downstairs is always harder. Yeah, it sure is. And I can pick him up and I can carry him for short distances, but when you're thinking about carrying 100 and something pound dog and downstairs, that is really scary because you don't know, like, what if you lose your footing and then you've got, a hurt dog, and now you're hurt because you fell down the steps and you hurt the dog even further. So it scares me to death to think about trying to carry him down the steps. I need to put in some kind of like dog elevator or something in the house. That would be helpful. But let us know who you are. Let us know what your identity is. Saturday morning ritual. Why is it so just the thing? Why is it my, kind of like passion project? When I was a kid, my Saturday morning ritual was watching cartoons, and now it is to take time for me to reflect on the past week and to set strategies for the week ahead. I believe in the phrase that two heads are better than one. That's why we join together as a community to support just our growth that we're trying to achieve. It's a place where we can celebrate our success and we can grow from the challenges that we face in life. And it's just so nice to be able to be, accountable, to be committed to our goals, and to feel supported along the way. And it just helps with our self-awareness and overcoming obstacles and challenges. But it's a ritual. It's a ritual. So every week on the Saturday morning ritual, we have, nice little intro here. Then we have the brain body connection followed by successes. And then we're going to talk about setbacks. Then we'll talk about the topic of the week, whatever that may be. And then after that, we will do a little bit of planning for the week ahead, because planning is an important component of being successful, is having a plan. So first up is our brain body connection. So it's just a little bit of movement to get our everything flowing. I think that whenever our bodies are awake and we've woken them up with some movement, some activity, that our brain functions a little bit better. So that's the whole reason that I do that, is to help with learning and thought, creativity, all of that stuff. So we're just going to, for 1 minute, get up, move our bodies. You can move your body however it is that you want to move your body. But let's go ahead and you can do what I'm doing, or you can do whatever you want to do. A lot of people have these jumpolines. They're little trampolines that you jump on, and they're fun, and you can get like steps in and exercise. Maybe that's really close next to you and you can just do that. Who knows? I don't know. But let's get our bodies moving and grooving. Here we go.
Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. Go, 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 go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body.
Yay! It's just so much fun to get your body moving and grooving. Let me settle in here. Let me see what you all got to say. Oh, wow, Marcy the mom. Teresa, welcome. Welcome. We're talking about identity and beliefs today. Oh, no, you're impressed that I can pick them up at all. That's the result of many squats. Thank you, Kirsten, for encouraging me, by the way. She's Kirsten Quick Fit, home workouts, something. I can never get the channel right, but she got me started on one of the people that got me started on my fitness path and journey and helped me become so much stronger. The first time that Loki hurt himself, I could not pick him up. I could not carry him across the room. And now I can. That is such a huge success. And it is just amazing to be able to do that. My narrative has been a roller coaster as well, for sure. I'm a mom. So, talking about all fun things. Oh, wait, let me, hi, I'm Deanna, and I'm a little discombobulated today, and I forget to make myself big sometimes. All right, so the brain-body connection. So let's take a look at the past week, and we want to talk about our successes. I was just talking about my success, my non-scale victory. It can be a scale victory. That's fine too. But my success is that with dedication and optimism and practice and all of these things that I've gained in my strength. I'm stronger. I'm stronger in a lot of ways. I'm stronger physically. I'm stronger mentally. I'm stronger in so many unbelievable ways. I'm going to just share strength as my success. Let me know what is your success? Please share a success with the group. What success did you have this week that you would like to share with us? What success did you have that you would like to share with us? While you guys are typing that in, I want to let you guys know that in the description box below, there should be a link to my website. And on my website is a little page that you can like print out or save to your computer or do whatever. And it's got some journaling prompts that we're going to talk about today. And that might be something that's helpful to you. It might be something that you want to journal on throughout the week multiple times. I feel like just using a journal prompt once isn't always the end all. And sometimes we need to use a journaling prompt more than once to really get to the root of the matter. So you might want to print that out. My success was taking time to refill my buckets. That's very important. I applaud you for that because sometimes we don't take the time to refill our buckets, and that can be detrimental in ways that can lead us to not continue on with our healthy habits that we have set in place for ourselves, or other things like that, or just overeating, or who knows. But filling our buckets is really important. So I'm very proud of you. That is awesome. So the big question right now, I keep trying. Do you know that's a success? To keep trying. How many people stop trying? You and me both. We're both here. We're trying. We're putting in the effort. I know sometimes you feel like everybody is looking at you thinking, are they really trying? Are they really putting in any effort? Are they, they're just all talk, whatever. You and we both know that we're trying. It's hard. It's difficult. There's things, whatever. Nobody cares about what you're doing, though. They're all focused on themselves. Just worry about you. You keep trying, and that's a success, and that's amazing because you could have just stopped trying. That could have been, an option, but you're trying. So, yay for trying. Me too. I get a yay for trying too. We're trying. We're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. When you think about your success this week, what does your success say about you? Does it say that you can do some hard things? Does it say that you are driven? Does it say that you are committed and follow through? Let's just take a minute and I want you to think about your success and write down some positive things that says about who you are as a person. Maybe we can think of something. There's always something that we can. I know. Misty, help Lori out. You drink liquids for a whole day. That's a success. You could have cheated on that whole prep for your scope, but you didn't. So maybe that's a success. And maybe that can tell you something about who you are. Whenever something's important, you get it done. When something's really important, you get it done. So there's always there's always something to celebrate. I think there's always something good in the week that we had. I think it's important that we recognize the special qualities that we have, because so much of the time we want to focus on the negative. We want to think about what's wrong with us. We want to think about the bad things. We think about the successes to lift ourselves up, to say that we are good, we are worthy, we are enough. And we got to remind ourselves of the successes, because our mind, our brain, it's trained and it wants to go to the problems all the time. It doesn't want to point out to you how amazing and special and awesome you are. So you have to do the work to reinforce that in yourself, that you are amazing, you are special, you are enough, you are worthy of great things. So anyway, I get sidetracked. We're going to do this whole journaling thing really quick, and then we'll be back to talk about something else. So let's do that part next.
And we can be so much more than who we are, so much more than who we are. We can.
Oh. Oh man, I keep saying that I am going to fix that, and then I never fix it, and it's driving me crazy. Driving me. I reflect on what works and what doesn't work, and that's exactly what we're doing on the Saturday morning ritual. It's our Saturday morning ritual to take time out for us and reflect on what works and what doesn't work. So we just talked about our successes, what works. And now we're going to talk about our setbacks, what doesn't work. So what doesn't work? What setbacks did you have this week? What setbacks did you have this week? Along the line of what we're going to be talking about here in a minute is our beliefs and our identity. And the thing is that when our beliefs and our expectations influence our behavior at the subconscious level, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So some people will argue that Darth Vader and Harry Potter both were part of that. So they were told a prophecy about something that was going to happen in the future, but that actually led to them creating the circumstances that led to them to fulfill that prophecy, a self-fulfilling prophecy. So sometimes our beliefs and our expectations influence our behavior subconsciously. Our beliefs and our expectations. So, did you maybe have any beliefs or expectations this week? It's going to be too hard to lose weight this week because I've got XYZ going on. I'm never able to exercise on days whenever I have my period. I can't do blah, blah, blah whenever I didn't get enough sleep. Do we have any of these statements in our head? I would say not just sometimes, but nearly always. I love that. So we have these things that maybe we get it in our head and then we just make it come true because it just happens. It just happens. So what was any setbacks that you had? Anybody want to share any setbacks that they had this past week? We finished the steps challenge on when was that? Not yesterday, but the day before, on Thursday, we finished the steps challenge. And you'll have to watch the video to know if I hit my suckle or be my friend on Stride Kick, which kind of, keeps all the spoilers out of it. You can just look it up on Stride Kick to know if I hit it or not. Nobody tell anybody. You are what you believe you can be. Yeah. Staying up late. Oh my gosh. Guilty of staying up too late, not hitting my bedtime. One of my setbacks this week was probably, not that I had any control over it, but with Loki being hurt, I had to sleep on the couch and I was not getting the best sleep. And I just started getting really good sleep again, finally, after months of terrible sleep. I finally started getting good sleep. And then I can't sleep on the couch. It's just so uncomfortable. I need a different couch. My steps totals were terrible. Yeah. So these little things, just little things. So I want to take a second and to think about your setbacks that you had this week, or maybe just in your growth journey in general. If you had to guess that you had a belief that led to your setback this week, what would it be? And I'm going to read a long list of setbacks of our beliefs here, and write down ones that sound kind of, or whenever you relate to something, type me in the comments, or if you're watching it on the replay, type the particular one in the comments if you can. But I'm going to read through these and let me know if you've had any of these beliefs, such as this. I can't change my eating habits. I have tried. Have you ever said any of these things to yourself? There's no point in trying. I'll just gain it all back. I just look at food and gain weight. Food makes me feel so good. No matter how much I get, I still want more. Once my cravings start, there is no way I can resist. Sometimes I just can't control myself. I am just not good enough. I don't feel safe leaving my comfort zone. I feel deeply deprived, and eating is my only pleasure. I don't deserve to look better. I'll never be thinner no matter what I do. I just always want what I can't have. I feel deprived of all the good things that everyone else gets. Everyone else can eat whatever they want, but I can't. I'll never make it to my goal. My body just refuses to leave this plateau. I just can't get a break. This is so unfair. I'm afraid of the attention I'll get. I'm better off alone. No matter what I do, it is just not good enough. No amount of food is ever going to satisfy me. Nobody appreciates me. I can't stand always having to be the strong one. I hate myself for not being able to lose this weight. I dread exercise. It is so stupid. I worked out today so I can eat more. My body wasn't built to exercise. I'm afraid of what might happen if I lose this weight. I'm afraid to change. If I lose weight, I won't be myself anymore. I won't be able to protect myself if I'm thin. These are really serious questions. These are really serious, but these are beliefs that we have. These are statements that we say to ourselves, and we don't even realize what we're saying. We don't even realize what we're saying. When I described myself earlier, I said that I'm Deanna, a dedicated wife and a loving dog mom, and I find great joy in traveling and exploring the outdoors, and I have an interest in organizing things, cleaning, crafting. In my professional life, I hold a regular job that keeps me busy, but outside of that, I have a hobby, which is the Saturday morning ritual. As a person, I would describe myself as an introvert, sometimes extrovert, but I am somewhat emotional and I like to have fun. This is how I identify, and that included, my roles in my life. It included my hobbies and my passions, and it included how I think that other people see me. All of these things, they make up my identity, my self-concept. This has been something that has been molded over many, many, many years, and it comes from who we hang out with. It comes out how we were raised. It comes from our environment, our past experiences, the feedback that we've received from other people. How other people see me, that's one of the things where I have always struggled with. I always think in my head that I think other people see me as this, but I have no freaking clue how other people see me. So I always get really wrapped up in that whole thought of things, like how do other people see me? But this topic, really, it can get really deep whenever you dive into self-image and self-concept and self-esteem, self-awareness. It's huge. You could talk your entire life about these things. And the important thing about all of it is that it's not set in stone and you can change it. It's not set in stone and you can change it. If there are days that you think nobody appreciates me, you can change that thought. Why is battery saver on? I'm plugged in. No, I'm not. You can change those things. You can change them. So I'm going to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a woman, and her name was Lily. So Lily, she was always a bit heavier than her peers, and she had grown up identifying as the big girl in her group of friends. She never saw herself as athletic or active and would often, shy away from physical activities. So as she grew up, she noticed that her self-image was affecting her health, her happiness. So she was frequently out of breath. She had trouble moving around. And her doctor, this might as well be my story. Doctor warned me about health risks if I continued my current lifestyle. So that identity as the big girl just was not helpful. And it was something that was just kind of forced upon me and not something that I had to choose or accept or be. So in order to change that identity, first, you got to start, the basic thing, self-talk. Instead of looking in the mirror and saying, look at you, big girl, you can say things like, I'm a healthy and active woman. She replaced her negative thoughts with just some positive affirmations. So I would talk about positive affirmations all the time. So she wanted to take some small steps. See, important word there, small steps. Towards becoming more active, she started going for short walks around her neighborhood. Soon they turned into longer ones. And before she knew it, she was jogging. The change did not happen overnight. There were days when she doubted herself and her ability to change, but she persisted, constantly reminding herself of her new identity as a healthy and active woman. Constantly reminding herself of her new identity. Over time, Lily started to see the changes. She was losing weight, had more energy, was happier overall. More importantly, she started to truly see herself as a healthy and active person. Her self-image had changed, and it had a profound impact on her life. We can change our identity, and it is something that takes time. It takes time sometimes for our mind to catch up with our body. Sometimes we lose weight, and our mind's not quite there yet. It still thinks of us as our old identity. It doesn't see us in our new body that we have. So we need to take time and effort in order to work on our identity if that's something that we want to change. And I believe that being overweight, being heavier, can sometimes become part of who we are. And why we can't lose weight is more tied into that than it is with being able to eat a healthy diet or to exercise or all of the things that you have set up for yourself that work for you to lose weight. There's these little phrases in the back of our mind, like, I'm afraid of the attention I will get. We think these things subconsciously, we sabotage ourselves. We have this self-fulfilling prophecy. My body wasn't built to exercise. If you truly believe that, if that's a belief that you have, something that you just think is the truest thing ever, how successful are you going to be with exercise if that's a belief that you hold to be true? If you think that's, set in stone, that's the gospel, that's the word. My weight was a physical barrier that I made to protect myself. We have to do this internal work in order to break through some of these things. So we're going to talk about some of these things. So journaling is why I do the journaling breaks throughout the session. That's why I encourage journaling. Journaling can be a tool for changing your beliefs and your identity. When you write down your thoughts and your feelings and your experiences, you can get a better understanding of what your beliefs and identity are. Number one, self-awareness is key. I was never really that self-aware. I never reflected very much on who I was, why I was doing the things that I was doing. And it was enlightening to see some of these things come to light. It's also really hard to face, sometimes it's easier to ignore who you are than to actually look and see and address it and make those changes. So if we write these down, start by journaling on them, start by thinking about what our current beliefs are. How are those beliefs affecting our life? If we're really honest with ourselves and we're thorough, We can challenge them. Are they really true? Are they really true? How do they help you? How do they hinder you? How are they blocking your progress? What beliefs do you want to have? What identity do you want to have? Are you writing that down as clear, positive statements? So, like, instead of being, I'm not a runner, I can write down, I'm becoming more physically active every day. Instead of thinking it's not safe to lose weight, we've got to think about why we think it's not safe to lose weight. Number one, because there's a lot of reasons why it's not safe to lose weight. Maybe because if you lose weight, then you have to do all those other things that you said that you would do once you lose the weight. For some people, I'll travel after I lose the weight. I'll get that promotion after I lose the weight. I'll do blah, blah, blah after I lose the weight. If you lose weight, you can't put those things off anymore. Sometimes it's physical safety. You think that you can't protect yourself. You think you're not strong enough. I'm becoming strong enough to protect myself. We've got to figure out which one resonates with us because everybody's so different. We've all got our own things. We've all got our own things. And that's why you got to journal and write it down and figure out what your one thing is. Maybe reach out to a friend. This is my thing. How do I make it into a positive statement? So we can track our progress towards our new identity. We can celebrate our successes. We can reflect on our challenges all by journaling. All by journaling. I feel smaller, but my brain says we're about 50 pounds heavier still. We've just got to reinforce to your brain that that's not true because your brain's just, we operate on whatever is the easiest to do. Our brain doesn't like to work very hard. It's funny that it just goes on habit and autopilot so much. So it's just on autopilot. You just got to keep telling it, no, that's not true. Look at me. I am this. In my head, I think I will always be fat. Nope. I'm changing the way I think about myself. I see myself as a thin person now. We just got to remind ourselves over and over again. Keep doing this stuff. So, journaling. It's a process, okay? Changing your identity, changing your beliefs is a process. It is such a process. You just have to be really consistent with yourself. You have to be compassionate with yourself. But with time and effort, you can create a new empowering identity. It's like so many people, a lot of these statements, I've seen people that have thought some of those things that I've read, and then I've seen them change them. Where it's not what they believe anymore. I've seen it happen. I know that it can happen. I know you can do it. You can just reframe. So a lot of in the journaling, when I was talking about was reframing our thoughts just by that whole step one. I'm not athletic. Well, I'm working on it every single day. And then as you work on it every single day, then all of a sudden, oh, wow, I'm becoming an athletic person. And then someday you're going to be like, look at me. I'm athletic. Wow, how did that happen? Small changes over time. That's how it happened. Small changes over time. It's going to take time. It's going to take small changes. It's going to take, working on it. But if you want to be somebody different 5 years from now, you can be that. You just need to do the work. I had to tell myself to shut up several times this morning. Being harder on myself in a good way helps me. You can be harder on yourself in a good way. You got to learn yourself. You got to learn your boundaries, even with yourself. Putting a new perspective on your thoughts and experiences. Have you ever had a conversation with a friend and thought, oh, wow, never really thought about it that way. That's really enlightening. And, they totally changed your mind about something. New perspective. shifting your mindset to see opportunities for growth and learning rather than just obstacles and setbacks. All of it is just opportunities for learning. Embracing that is helpful. It just helps you become a more positive person, have more empowering beliefs, things that make you want to get up and do stuff. Positive self-talk is another tool that we can use. It's like the easiest tool that we can use because it's always available to us. Positive self-talk can help us to shape our identity and our beliefs. Just replace your negative thoughts with positive ones. I like to imagine like I'm on a computer and you type in like a bad website or something and you get like the 404 error or whatever. And sometimes I think, oh, bad brain, that's not right. This is what I want to think. Or that's not true anymore. This is what I think now. Because those thoughts, they still come up on autopilot, on habit, on just, they show up. And I just say, no, that's not true. You are amazing. You are good at exercise. You can avoid snacks. It is safe. Now, for that belief, those beliefs to fully take hold, where you believe them like 100%, yeah, that's going to take time and practice. Just because you want to, change your beliefs, it doesn't mean that you can necessarily change them overnight. Sometimes it takes time. You have to practice the new belief. You have to reinforce why you're starting to believe that. I believe that I can do this. I think I can. I think I can. That little story that they told to us as kids, like, it still holds true. It still holds true. Just be patient. Patience. Oh my gosh, such an amazing skill for us to have is patience. So affirmations, that is another tool that we can use. We just practice these affirmations every day, 3 times a day. Maybe you make it a habit that every time I wash my hands, I give myself these affirmations that I say. And maybe you want to change them up once a week. But that's a good, easy way to remember to say positive affirmations when you wake up, when you're getting ready in the morning, whenever you're doing your nighttime routine, do you have positive affirmations? Another way, and Jess is here today. Thanks, Jess, for being here. But I know that she has talked about using the power of visualization and scripting. Where do you see yourself? Like, just write it down with strong details about where you're going to be, where future you is. Because you have your identity now, but who's that future you? Who is that? Who's that person 5, 10 years from now? You control that. If you don't think you can control that, maybe that's the first belief that you need to work on is I do control my future. I can make it be what I want it to be. Maybe that's number one belief you have to work on. Maybe you don't believe that at all. But you can. You do have control. You do. You can make it happen. So visualization, see it, make it as real as you can in your head. If you can't make it up, that's okay. That's okay. Take somebody that you really admire, appreciate, kind of put them in there and then put your face on it, put your eyes there, whatever it is. Realistic goal setting is the next, tip that I have that can really help with changing our identity and our beliefs. Realistic goal setting. So many times people want to set these big goals that are just so hard to achieve. But if you set a goal that is something that you know without a doubt that you can do, and hit that goal. It makes you feel good. It boosts your self-esteem. It reinforces the fact that you can. So if we just do that by setting realistic goals, hitting those goals, then we can start to change a little bit. So that is pretty much our identity and our beliefs. And I want to read through these statements again because I went through them pretty fast. And just in case you were writing and you couldn't write fast enough and you don't want to have to replay this video, I'm just going to say them again to see, if you wanted to write them down and think maybe that's something that you want to, journal about this week or challenge yourself on, talk to a friend about maybe. All different ways that we can address these things. I can't change my eating habits. I have tried. There is no point in trying. I'll just gain it all back. I just look at food and gain weight. Food makes me feel so good. No matter how much I get, I still want more. Once my cravings start, there's no way I can resist. Sometimes I just can't control myself. I'm just not good enough. I don't feel safe leaving my comfort zone. I feel deeply deprived and eating is my only pleasure. And then I lost my paper. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I don't deserve to look better. I'll never be thinner no matter what I do. I just always want what I can't have. I feel deprived of all the good things that everyone else gets. Everyone else can eat whatever they want, but I can't. I'll never make it to my goal. My body refuses to leave this plateau. I just can't get a break. This is so unfair. I'm afraid of the attention I will get. I am better off alone. No matter what I do, it isn't good enough. No amount of food will ever satisfy me. Nobody appreciates me. I can't stand always having to be the strong one. I hate myself for not being able to lose this weight. I dread exercise. It's stupid. I worked out today so I can eat more. My body wasn't built to exercise. I'm afraid of what might happen if I lose this weight. I'm afraid to change. If I lose weight, I won't be myself anymore. I won't be able to protect myself if I am thin. Some of these statements, when I first thought about them, I thought, oh, that doesn't apply to me. That doesn't apply to me. In denial that they did apply to me. That there was a part of my identity, there was some beliefs in the back of my head that believe those things. And that's where self-sabotage sneaks in when we have these beliefs, when we have this identity behind some of these statements and things that we tell ourselves or ignore that we tell ourselves. So if you want to shift your identity, if you want to shift your beliefs, what techniques are you going to use to work on that? What techniques are you going to use? Are you going to use journaling? Are you going to use positive self-talk? Are you going to use affirmations? Just practice. Just practice could be a technique that you use. So we got to make a plan. We got to make a plan for the future. We got to make a plan for the upcoming week. So this week, what are you going to work on this week? What identity are you going to try and shift a little bit? What beliefs are you going to think to yourself? Is that true? And is it helping me or is it hindering me? These are really important questions that we need to ask ourselves. So I'm going to give you a moment and just to sit tight. You can chat with your friends, whatever you want, but I'm going to give you just a second to kind of reflect on those things for a second. So let's do that.
You had great patience, but something knocked you out. You felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it.
So, my friends, who are you going to be this week? What beliefs are you going to have? How are you going to show up this next week? You get to decide. You are in control. You can be whoever you want. Like Teresa said, the past does not define you. It doesn't. It's who you were. It's who you were yesterday. It's not who you have to be today. And it's not who you have to be tomorrow. So do the work. Challenge that identity. You can change it if that's something that you want to do. If you don't want to, don't. You can love yourself just the way you are. That's fine too. But if you do want to change your identity or your beliefs, it's within your control. Just do the work. So I got to come to the point. It's almost the end and the sun is setting on Saturday morning ritual. If you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends. Let's grow our community. Let's grow this group together. If you want those journaling prompts, don't forget to go to my website. You can download them from there. You can sign up for my email list. I don't send you a lot of things. I'm not even selling anything. I don't have a membership for you to join or anything. Not to say that I won't someday in the future, but I might. But right now, no, I don't harass you or anything like that. So sign up for my email list. I got some exciting vlogs that are just going to be like fun me stuff, not, necessarily weight loss related, coming up on the YouTube channel. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you are subscribed, because I think I'm fun. Let me know if you think I'm not. I don't know. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Anyway, I appreciate you for being here, whether you joined us live or you were watching the replay. Type in the comments that I believe in me. I believe in me. I believe in my future. I believe I can. Any of those things, whatever. I thank you guys so much again for being here today. I will see you guys. Don't forget, stay curious, stay determined. Keep writing this stuff down. It helps. It helps. It helps. Explore who you are and keep losing those pounds. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, it's going to be an adventure. Bye. Oh, look, I got all wrong again.
Took some time, but we pointed out that tomorrow isn't here right now, baby.
We're supposed to be way down here, like here. Here we go. Bye, guys. Thanks. Come on. Oh, wait. This is so embarrassing.
Come on, your body. Come on, your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come on, your body. Come on, your body.